Hi, Sharon Lechter. This is Paul Hutchings. I met you last week at the Secret Knock event, and I just wanted to shoot a quick video to let you know that I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to meet you. I wanted to thank you for the advice that you gave me. I don't know if you remember our conversation, but I shared with you a little bit of how your books have impacted my life, particularly Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And you said, Paul, can I give you some coaching? And I said, yeah, please. And you said, own your success. You said, rather than say your book changed my life, say your book inspired me to change my life. And so I wanted to just let you know that I really appreciated that advice, and I listened, and I am owning my success. And in light of that, if it's all right with you, I wanted to share with you just a little bit more of my story. Because when I met you, I was a little bit nervous, and you know, I didn't really get out what I wanted to get out in terms of how your book inspired me to change my life. I mentioned to you when we were talking, I read your book in 2005. I was living in a single-wide trailer house on a piece of land that my grandfather owned. I didn't even own the land, and I was working a job earning about $11 an hour, driving to and from work, not really enjoying what I was doing, not passionate about what I was doing. And I remember one night sitting in the living room of this single-wide trailer house, and I had the book open, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I was reading about how wealthy people accumulate money, right? Through business ownership and through investments. And I got this idea in my mind that was taught to me through the book of building pipeline money. And that little seed that book planted in my mind has grown over the last 8 years. And I want to share with you some of the results that I've achieved in my life as a result of being inspired by your book. One of the things that my family did is we made the decision to, rather than go out and buy a big home like all of our friends were doing, and rather than go in debt, I remember that book teaching me that your home is a liability if it's costing you money. So my wife and I made the decision that we were going to live in a single-wide trailer house for as long as it took so that we could save money and invest and not have to go in debt rather than go buy a big home. So for 2005 all the way to 2012, just the end of last year, my family and I, we lived in a single-wide trailer house. We were ridiculed. People didn't understand what we were doing, but I was doing it as a result of what that book taught me. And what happened as a result of that is we were able to buy our first rental property debt-free. We were able to pay for a piece of land with another rental unit. We were actually living in it at the time as a single-wide trailer house. We paid for that debt-free, and then we were able to save up enough money to buy a home on 6 acres here in the country and pay for that debt-free. All of this came as a result of being inspired by that book that you and Robert Kiyosaki wrote. In addition to that, in addition to being debt-free and staying out of liabilities and building assets, I've been able to build a business from home, generating a multiple 5-figure monthly income, pipeline money, right, that you inspired me to get. I host a morning call Monday through Friday where daily I'm able to inspire hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs scattered across the world who dial into this call. And I teach them, as I learn also, principles of Think and Grow Rich. And often I'll share with them that night where I was sitting in my single-wide trailer house and I was reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I was inspired by what you had written. So I just, you know, in following your advice and owning up to the results that I've achieved in my life, I wanted to share a little bit more of that with you because I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that that book, I tell you what, it was like, it changed my entire paradigm. And it took me from moving one direction in life, of being an employee and working a 9-to-5. I mean, that was where I was looking when I first read your book. I was looking at climbing the corporate ladder, and I read that book, and it took me from looking one direction to looking a whole other direction up into the future, and my life is just dramatically different and better as a result of the decisions that I've made in my life, which were inspired by you and your book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I just wanted to share that with you and thank you. I know you probably get thank you notes like this all the time, but I can't express enough gratitude. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are open or would like to at some point in the future, I would love to have you as a guest on one of our morning calls. We meet every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've talked about the book Outwitting the Devil, and I know a lot of the folks on the call have purchased the book and read it. But we would love to maybe talk about that again. If you would like, to share your message of, the things that you're working on now to increase financial literacy in the world, this is a forum. We have between 400 and 500 live callers who get on the call every morning, Monday through Friday, and then I know we have a lot also that dial into the replay. So it's just an avenue that might help you be able to get your message out a little bit more if that's something that would be of interest to you. And I know that the people on the call would find tremendous value in having an opportunity to hear from you and hear your wisdom. So if you would be open to that, just let me know and I would be honored to have you on one of those calls. But the bottom line is I just wanted to thank you. All right, thanks Sharon, and I hope to connect with you sometime down the road. Take care and bye for now.